Good morning, interwebs. It is 11:31. I've been up since a little after 11. I'm dressed, and I'm ready to tackle the day, she says with a sigh. I'm going to make myself some coffee here in a minute, and then I'm going to start attacking my life, which is currently in chaos. There is stuff everywhere. I feel like I'm a broken record, but if this is the first time you've watched, we are currently in the process of emptying my office so that we can remodel it, and that demo starts tomorrow. Like, tomorrow we'll be in here, or at least Steve will be in here, with sledgehammers and stuff. Which I am actually extremely excited about, but whoa, the overwhelm. Overwhelming to the point of paralysis, which is why, my office is not fully emptied yet. Last night I got a little sidetracked. I was moving out boxes of things from my my previous incarnation of my selling adventures of arts and crafts, and I am going through it all, making choices, deciding what I think will still sell, what I've been hanging on to too long, what is no longer like kind of in the product line that I'm interested in selling. Or don't have giftable purposes for, because a bunch of the things that I'm not interested in selling anymore, I've already gifted in various forms to all my family members, so it's not like something I want to gift again. And I have been, oh, this is interesting, so I'm trying to remind myself, like when you're going through things, and you're like, I don't want to sell this anymore, I should keep it, or I should gift it. Well, a bunch of stuff I have plenty of, or I make lots of things that are not my taste to sell. Because my taste does not sell very much, as far as when I would make crocheted things. My fabric taste is way more, generally marketable, kind of. I do have to say that some of the things that I like the absolute most don't sell as quickly. I have slightly off-kilter taste. You might have noticed. But, excuse me. But, I was going through the boxes of things, and, you take into consideration, oh, well, I'm not going to use it, I'm not going to sell it. Is there somebody in my life who's special that I could gift it to? Well, I keep thinking of people to give stuff to in my list of people who have already deemed themselves not handmade gift people. There's a whole side of my family, basically, that I refuse. It's not that I, don't want to. I refuse to make anything for because they don't care. Or they may be mad about the whole thing. So, I just don't. Now, my sisters and that, they use it. It's great. You go to their house, you see the things I've made, you give them gifts, they tell you about other things they've used. That makes me very happy. I understand when you give gifts to, kids and teenagers, they may or may not use them. They may or may not use them now. They may use them 10 years in the future. There are things like that in my life. So I don't really care. Young people, whatever, they're going to go one way or the other. But adults clearly are making a statement when they say they're not going to use something. And my statement then is, okay, you do not deserve it. But that is all a long way of saying that I had a bunch of stuff that had no purpose, except I thought of purposes for me. So I was working on that. And I'm frogging some things to reclaim some yarn. And I'm just trying to clean up my act along the way. And also dealing with all the feels that come with that. Because I have a lot of feelings attached to my crafting business side of things. I'm trying to just remember that, something not working is not failure necessarily. And in my case, I don't think it is. I have continued to change, morph, transform, rebrand, change directions of what I'm doing, and I would not know that here doing this, what I'm doing, making the videos, dealing with the fiber world as opposed to providing fibery goods to non-fibery people, the sewing, which is kind of a first love anyways, yeah, those things are my happy place, and I would not know that this happy place existed if I hadn't followed that happenstance of all these other things. My rational brain knows that. The other side of my brain is going, why did you waste your hours in life for years doing these things? So, I'm digging through piles of mistakes, which I'm trying to look at as something else. I've yet to figure out what the right word I'm looking at them as. Like, experiences or opportunities is not right. I guess maybe I'll just look at them as piles of happenstance. They were the circumstances I was in at the time. I happened to be there. And then I was willing to move from there to here. And here, with all its flaws, is so much better than there was. So, I don't know. It's long and convoluted, and that's what my brain is. Except it all fits in this tiny spot. So it's all very twisty and curvy and circuitous. Yay. Okay, so enough of Kendra's mental and emotional brain dump. I'm gonna go get coffee, and then I need to move these crates and boxes. All need to move upstairs. There's a shelf in my room that used to house all of my things for sale, and then they came and lived down in the closet in my office because I was doing craft shows so often that honestly I was just sick of carrying them up and downstairs, and it was nice to be able to go through them when Steve was sleeping. Well, as I'm doing fewer physical craft shows, the things that I am holding on to for those purposes need to go back up on the shelving unit in my room, at least for the time being. Now, I think there's a bunch of things on those shelves I need to go through, probably. I might just pull those things off and make a stack of them, put these things that I know I've gone through on the shelves, and then deal with that stack later. That probably sounds like a good plan. Because I also need to move that shelving unit, or those two, out of here. I don't think those shelves are coming back, but I haven't figured that out yet, so I guess I should probably still keep them for the immediate time being. They are my displays for physical craft shows, but like I said, if I'm not doing the craft shows, then yeah, there's no point in keeping those around. I can find another solution, and I paid like $5 for each of those, so a $10 investment that I got my money's worth out of. I also need to empty this unit, move it into the other room, and then basically I think put these things right back on it until I can offload them into my new office. Those I think will go on various shelves. It's just my printer, and then the office supplies I think are going to stay on this unit in another room. But the printer we have found is best suited in my office because frankly anymore we mostly use it to print Etsy shipping labels, which is awesome. And then, like, stuff for the kids' school. But I do that in batches, so it's not, like, a big deal. Then, this monstrosity, which contains... Let's see. Let's open it up. Well, the bottom drawer is half fabric scraps, half Freaker Frog things. So that is full. This drawer is full of zippers, which were better organized, so I just threw more in there. And then interfacing scraps from my main sizes. I end up with a common size scrap, so that's those. And then this top is all, that stuff's beading stuff. And then the back of it is all scrapbook paper and things. This shelf is all current stock. So we have all the finished bags and my shipping supplies. And then these big white things in the back, those are full of, those are full of scrapbooking paper for various things and cardstock and stuff. That iron can actually probably come out because I think the iron I have is broken. The steam isn't working. So I need to clean that iron. I had put it in here because it had gotten, oh, there you go. You can see it. It got some Wonder Under on it last summer, and I did not have anything to clean it off with. I had been told that the way to get Wonder Under off of your iron is to wipe it with a dryer sheet. Well, we don't use dryer sheets because our dryer actually, like, the recommendation is to not. It messes with the settings and stuff. And I don't like putting the chemicals in my laundry. So we just don't. And we don't like the scent and stuff anyway. So we don't use them. But my parents do. So when I was out there last summer, I think, it's been like a year, I told my mom, I'm like, I need dryer sheets. I need to clean my iron. And so I said, can I have one? So she sent me home with like a Ziploc bag with like 10 or 15. Because when you asked my mom for one thing, you usually got 10 or 15 of them. Careful what you wish for, people. Have you heard about how much fabric is coming my way? Anyways, it's just in keeping. But that, again, neither here nor there. Okay. Oh, but I need to clean my iron because now I have the dryer sheets and the iron had just been put away. I've been using my grandma's old iron, which she had in her cupboard when we moved here 10 years ago. It had been gifted to her shortly before we moved here, like the Christmas before. So she only had like 6 months, maybe a year. Because her old one was putting out sparks when my aunt and uncle were here. And they were like, hey, Mom, what about if we get you a new iron for a holiday present? So they did. And she used it. Sometimes she didn't iron very much by then. But I used ironing to make my bags, obviously. And I think it got knocked over by a cat one too many times because the steam function is just not working. And the bottom had fallen off and I put it back on. And anyways, I'm going to try cleaning this iron, make it work. And honestly, I probably deserve a new iron here soon. It's not like I don't use it. And it would be nice to buy an iron with the intent of what I'm doing. But again, why do I keep finding ways to spend money? I do. But that'll come out of there, and then there'll be a little bit more room in there. And I need to clean off the shelves there and the shelves up here. This is like decorative stuff. And a puzzle I got from Kat that I want to put together eventually and put somewhere. It has skeins of yarn on it. And then this is just additional craftings. A bunch of this stuff might just be getting given away because I've decided I'm not going to use it. And then these are like paint supplies for different craft paints and things. And paint that I had bought because for a while I had a retail space and I had to paint it out because it was like a booth and like a little room and it was a thing and it was beautiful. I painted it all in black chalkboard paint with like bright green accents to match my brand and it was good things. But yeah. Anyways, I have residual paint from all of that. And then I also have half a thing of primer in there that I used when I left. I painted over all my painting because I was not going to let them capitalize on the hard work I had put into making that booth beautiful because I knew someone was going to swoop in and try and take the pretty booth. So I painted the entire thing over with primer when I left. But I still have a bunch of primer left, which, come to think of it, I should use when we finish this room. I could prime the walls with that primer. I'll have to give that to Steve. Anyways, this is super long and rambly, and I kind of apologize, but I have been so bad about actually vlogging lately and talking to you, and I don't know why. I think it's because I felt like I haven't been getting anything done in here. Like, the progress has just been really slow moving, and I've been working through that mentally, what I felt about that, and now I know what I feel about it to some extent. Last night I had some mental breakthroughs about the whole situation, so that's good. For me, I don't know if it's good for my vlog, but the vlog will come around, right? This will just be a really stinking long video. Or what'll happen is what's happened lately where I will talk to you for umpteen minutes, put this down, and then I won't pick you back up again today, which is kind of sad. But I don't know. We'll see what all comes of it. But first, what needs to come of my day is coffee. I have this much like energy and I haven't had coffee yet. That's what happens when I get back on this particular schedule. I did not go to bed till about 5:30 at least. Probably a little later before I fell asleep. And I woke up originally, I guess my eyes popped open at like 8:30. And I was like, haha, no. And I ended up getting up at 11. Now that I'm up at 11, I'm all like, I don't know. I feel bouncy. That's ridiculous. Okay, gonna go and bounce myself to some coffee and maybe eat a little something because we're gonna have lunch here soon. If I eat too much, I will not be hungry to eat with everybody else. And then they'll be sad because I won't have made lunch on time. I won't be hungry. Okay, coffee. Well, it is 5 in the morning again, and I am about to go to bed. I took a 2-hour nap this afternoon, because again, we had really good napping weather, so everybody took a long nap. It was amazing. So that's part of the reason why I'm as chipper as I am, but I'm also very tired at this point. I moved everything out of my office. It's empty. That was exhausting, and so I rewarded myself, by sitting down here on the couch and working on my cotton, whatever, patchworky blanket. So it's moving along. So I frogged a bunch of stuff this morning when I went through all of the things I'd previously had for sale in my craft booths and things, and as I was picking out the things I wanted to continue to be selling and things that I knew was not going to be part of my line going forward, I pulled out a few cotton things that, besides dishcloths and cozies and things, and so I frogged those this evening after I finished moving everything. Note that was at like 2 o'clock, 2:30 in the morning. So I frogged those, which took a while, and then balled them up. And now I'm just putting those balls in, so I'm going to put everything into the bag so I can work on it some more tomorrow. Did I do anything else of note today? Oh, I went to the vet with our cat. So yeah, now it's 5 o'clock, and I'm very tired all of a sudden, and yeah. You know when you hit that point where wording is difficult because you're sleepy? I'm at that point. So I'm going to go to bed so that tomorrow I can get up, and I guess we're going to start on my office tomorrow. We're going to do demo. That's going to be crazy. But first, we still have to move the armoire out. Steve will have to help me with that in the morning. We've been talking over the strategy of how we're going to do it. I mean, it looks big and heavy, but it's even heavier and bigger than it looks. So, we'll see. Maybe it'll all be easy. Maybe it won't be. But that is something we'll find out tomorrow. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Nighty night.